today I'm going to do a super easy plant-based patty melt. The reason why I decided to do this video is because a lot of people write me on social media and they ask me about being vegan, what do I eat, how do I get my protein, how long have I been vegan, what do I find difficult about the entire process. And so I thought maybe I should start putting out videos where I share some of the things that I eat. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about why I went vegan and then maybe making one of these patty melts, which is super easy, just keep watching. Alright, so we want to make sure that you have everything that you need. And if you've had a patty melt, then you're pretty familiar that it's just 3 things. You need bread, you need onion, you need butter, maybe 4 things, and you need the meat. So what we're going to use today is the Impossible meat. And the reason why I chose Impossible is because out of the other plant-based meats, this one doesn't have a flavor to it. It takes on whatever flavor you're seasoning it with. So we're gonna use that today. We're gonna cut up an entire onion, and we're gonna use my favorite vegan cheese, Chao cheese. I find that this melts pretty good, and the flavor is not bad. And once you have like the onion and your seasoning for the plant-based meat, you're not really bothered by what this may taste like. So yeah, let's start with that. If you're not familiar with Impossible meat, it's gonna look like this, and it does have 19 grams of protein. For those of you wondering, like, how do vegans get their protein? Plant-based meats do have protein. The only thing that you're missing out when you eat a plant-based meat is like the cholesterol and the blood and all of the negative emotion that the animal went through in order to make the ground meat. So we're gonna start by cutting up the onion, and we're just gonna cut this entire thing. And as I cut this up, I guess I can share with you my story on why I went vegan, and hopefully I don't get emotional. I am someone who is vegan for the animals, and I've only been vegan for about a year. This June actually marked my 1-year anniversary as a vegan. I wasn't looking to become vegan, I wasn't vegetarian, and then I'm scrolling on Facebook one day and I come across this video by the Mercy for Animals organization, and that video changed my life forever. I went vegan overnight, and when people write me and ask me like, oh, how did you do it? Like, what was it difficult for you in the beginning? I can say that for me, it wasn't difficult because I literally went vegan overnight, and I think like the first month I probably did not eat anything, and I lost so much weight. I just didn't know what to eat. You know, we are born in this society that's like based on like eating meat and eating animals. We don't think about it. Everywhere you go, you're gonna find animals served on the menu, and so it's like deep programming to feel like if I'm not eating a chicken or a cow or a pig, ducks, a goat, lamb, what am I gonna eat? And it took me a long time to reprogram myself and learn how to eat properly and how to still eat nutritiously to make sure that I was getting everything that I need. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna throw these onions that I sliced up. You wanna slice them in rings like this. I'm gonna put them in the skillet with a little olive oil and butter, and we're gonna fry those up, or we're gonna saute those actually. The butter that I'm going to use is the Country Crock plant butter. Okay, so while those onions are sauteing in the pot, we'll go ahead and mix up our plant-based meat with our seasoning. So I'm gonna take my Impossible meat. I'm gonna grab some type of bowl, and I'm gonna add everything to that. How do I not have seasoning though? So we're we're gonna make it work, and I would just say however you would normally season your burger, that's what you're gonna do today. But we're gonna add maybe like a few more ingredients just because the plant-based meat is not gonna have that flesh flavor that you might be used to. So we're gonna add in some vegan Worcestershire sauce. If you know, you know. We're gonna add in some of that. And then I might even put in a little bit of this tamari. It's like soy sauce, but it doesn't have the fish in it. And it's gonna give it some salt, like a salty flavor. So let's go ahead and mix all that up. So the Impossible meat, just like this. They even have like little white things in it to kind of mimic ground beef. I kind of eye things at this point. If you want a specific measurement, let me know, and I can like actually write up a recipe for this. But with everything that you do, with any recipe that I share, you want to season it to your liking. So again, I don't have any garlic salt. I am going to add some garlic powder. Again, I'm eyeing it. I'm going to put in some lemon pepper. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that tamari. So I'm mixing all that up with a fork. I'm going to go ahead and check on my onions. They're sizzling up over here. I kind of burnt a little bit of them, but that's okay. And then I'm going to just add the meat to the pan. I'm not going to clean it out. I'm going to have it, you know, cook in that pan where the onion, the butter, the olive oil, all of that was cooking, just to give it more flavor. And what I like to do, just because like I be getting my nails done, I don't want to have like food under my nail, I'll take a measuring cup and I'll pack it in here and then press it out in the pan as a patty. So we're just going to pack it in like this, and then once we add it to the pan, we're going to press it out into a patty. My onions should be almost done. I'm just going to add that to a bowl, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to pile everything on my bread, and I'm going to fry that up. So this is what my onions are looking like, and that's how you want yours to be. Tender, brown, you know, that good, like you can bite right into it and it'll break. You want that texture going on. Again, some of my onions are a little bit more Cajun, so some of them are black, some of them are a little bit darker. They come in all shades. They're all delicious. Doesn't matter. Now we're gonna grab our half cup of Impossible meat and we're going to add it to the pan and press it out into a patty. I think I'm gonna turn my eye down a little bit. I did have my onions cooking on like a medium heat, so I think I'm gonna move it towards like a lower heat. Grab your spatula and then press out your patty. We'll probably cook it for like 4 minutes on each side. Impossible meat can be tricky because it sticks, which it shouldn't because I had butter and olive oil in the pan, but it can stick. So just be aware of that and make sure you're removing it from the pan earlier on. That way when it's time to flip, you're not scraping all of the meat from the pan and then you don't have a burger. While our burger is up there frying, let's go ahead and get our bread together. We're just gonna butter our bread, the sides that we're gonna fry, and get those ready to be added to the pan. I think my burger can come off. So now I'm just grabbing a plate and I'm gonna add my burger to it. Again, it's not beautiful, but it's not the look that we're going for, it's the flavor, and the flavor is gonna be there. Now I'm gonna turn my pan down a little bit more because I'm gonna add the bread, I'm gonna add the cheese, I'm gonna add the onion and the burger, and we're gonna melt it all together in the skillet. Before I put my bread on there, I wanna get my cheese ready. Again, we're using Chao cheese. And I usually do like a slice and a half to cover the bread. So now we're gonna put our patty on top of that cheese, and then we're gonna put the onion on top of the patty, and then we're gonna add the other piece of bread. You're gonna find that with vegan cheese, it takes a much longer time to melt. And sometimes what I'll do as a strategy is I'll put my spatula under the piece of bread where the cheese is, and I'll let it sit on this while this heats up. That way the bread's not burning, but the cheese is still getting that opportunity to melt on top of the bread. You know what I forgot to add? Oh my God. A really important part of this whole flavor recipe is to add liquid smoke. Oh, I forgot to add liquid smoke. Liquid smoke is gonna give you that traditional flavor that you're used to. And I can't believe I forgot to add it. But it looks like this, and there's different brands. I usually buy a different brand, but I wanted to try Stubbs because he looks like an interesting character. It's giving like, we do this. So I just was like, let me try Stubbs. And as you can see, it's been pretty good because there's like nothing in the bottle here. Do not forget the liquid smoke. I can't believe I forgot it. Let's go ahead and check our bread. Okay, so I just flipped it. Everything fell out. I put it back in, no big deal. I'm gonna wait for this other side to cook. I'm gonna clean out this little plate and then I'm gonna show you what it should look like. I have French fries in the oven, I just remembered. So here is our patty melt. It's done. You can see the cheese melted. It smells like a patty melt. I'm just a little bit worried because I did forget about the liquid smoke, which I can't believe I did. Please don't forget the liquid smoke. You don't need a lot of liquid smoke, just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. This is what the inside looks like. And we're gonna add some French fries. I'm gonna go take this to him and we're gonna see what he thinks.